Well, good morning, Brazil. It's lovely to be with you this morning. Unfortunately, not in person. I couldn't make it physically to Brazil. I'm stuck in New York. I still hope you will enjoy this panel and this session. And we have a very interesting topic to talk to today. It's the impact of disinformation on public safety. So my name is Emmanuel Heymann. I'm the SVP Revenue at Cyabra, a social threat intelligence company. You do hear a little bit of accent, maybe. I was born in France, grew up in Luxembourg, moved to Israel for 12 years, and then the United States, London, Australia, back to the US now. As a result of all these moves, I do speak 6 different languages, but I still sound like Borat in every language I speak. I still hope you will be able to follow me and enjoy this session on disinformation and public safety. So today, our world became very loud, very complex, and anything that's on the digital world, it's filled with a lot of content, diverging messages on social media. And we do see that it's being very severely manipulated by bots, by trolls, spreading misinformation or disinformation, but also mistrust. And it's damaging. It's damaging companies, brands, businesses, entire communities, but also our society. So AI is also playing a significant role in national threats, from AI-generated images, fake accounts, spreading misinformation or disinformation. So how can we help law enforcement to protect the public from such attacks? So the first tip is literally don't believe everything you read on the internet. And this was Abraham Lincoln who actually said it. Obviously, this is a joke, and you got it. But let us give you some insider's perspective on the topic. It's not just something that we all realize is present on our social media. Cyabra was actually chosen by Elon Musk and his team to analyze Twitter during the acquisition process to really understand how many spam and fake accounts were on the social platform. This was a very big topic for Elon Musk before acquiring Twitter, and he really wanted to see and get to the bottom of it. We did see that there was about 11% of inauthentic accounts on the social platform at the moment or just before the acquisition. And it's not just obviously Twitter. You're going to see it on many or most of the social platforms out there. So it is a problem. We usually like to call it kind of the new pandemic. What is real? What is fake? What is important? And what is just noise? Now, the real challenge for law enforcement today is that social media is often utilized as a catalyst to spread either panic, fraud, violence or physical threats, and uprising demonstrations. Now, all of it have obviously big impacts on the society. It affects conversations online or in the real life. It destabilizes governments or authorities. It damages reputation, again, of brands, companies, people, authorities. And obviously, it has an impact on the economy at some point. Now, here we can give you a couple of examples of each one of them and why this is so important for law enforcement and what can we do to stop it. Well, an example of panic, well, I don't know if you read what happened in the US last week, but on May 23rd, there was one fake AI-generated image of the US Pentagon that was burning, or there was an explosion that spread rapidly through Twitter. The image was shared by one fake account impersonating as the Bloomberg Institute that had a blue Twitter tick. Now, interestingly enough, it was not a checked account, but it had the image of the blue tick. Very smart. Reliable sources shared also the post and reposted it and reported it as real. And as a result, by the time the fake profile was removed, it was actually too late. The S&P 500 dropped by 30 points and resulted in a 500 billion market cap swing. And now you see the impact. You can quantify the damage of one fake account, one fake image generating a fake news, and 500 billion market cap swing. And this is just panic. Now let's look at physical threats. Obviously, there's a lot of bullying on social media, a lot of calls for violence against specific group of people, communities, or political leaders. Here, it's actually a very interesting example. On May 3rd, there was important disruptions that were reported at the Barclays annual general meeting in London. There was a bit of a chaos there. So what happened? Well, a Twitter account called Money Rebellion conducted a campaign to expose financial systems as the primary cause of climate crisis. 2 days before the event, on May 1st, accounts on Twitter, like this one, shared details of the meeting of the bank and invited people to join the demonstration, to create a snowball effect and to gather as many people as possible to demonstrate and infiltrate the building. And that you can see the Twitter post. You can see the address, the time of the meeting, and it's actually written, we need loads of people standing outside, inviting people to come. And this is how law enforcement must monitor this kind of tweets or calls to create chaos or protests in order to protect our cities, citizens, or companies. Now, a lot of fraud is happening also on different social platforms. It became very easy to do. We recently analyzed narratives around Ticketmaster, originally to discover some consumer insights, what people like, what concert they go to. But we actually found 9 fake Facebook accounts impersonating as Ticketmaster's customer service page. And the malicious accounts were smart. They used screenshots of real Facebook posts from Ticketmaster, including the original post engagement, to create a false impression of activity and for fraudulent purposes. Again, I think since the beginning of time, there's been always fraud, thieves in our societies. Doing it online, and especially on social platforms, became so easy to do, and actors are actually getting smarter and doing it always in a better way. We need to stop that. And finally, uprising, and something that is probably also close to your heart and that you actually lived it in Brazil, but we analyzed above 10,000 different profiles on Facebook and Twitter that participated in the discourse of the elections between September and January. Now, what we found out is that over time, there was a growing number of fake accounts that we identified on the social media. Now, at the end of by January, we counted about 20% of inauthentic profiles talking about the election or election results. Now, whatever side they were for whatever candidates, it reached 4.7 million profiles cross-platform. So you can see how things can trigger and how the biggest impact and effect it has on the population. Now, the Twitter posts shared by the suspected fake accounts attacked both candidates, but roughly 1 in 5 referred to Lula as a thief or mentioning that the election was stolen and so on. But the aggressive rhetoric that we identified around election results, calls for attacking buildings, federal buildings, gas stations, refineries, or other infrastructures, surge a lot on social media. So social media now, during that election time, which you obviously all lived and remember, was a big catalyst for creating chaos, demonstration, protest, and unrest. But there's also a new kid in town. Who's the new kid in town? ChatGPT. And actually, in the beginning of this month, in May, we had China reporting their first arrest over fake news generated by ChatGPT. And there's a new term for it. It's called hallucinogen data. And what it is, basically, it's you can today manipulate a narrative in order to coincide it or make it align with your own beliefs. Is I believe that the sky is red, and I ask some facts to ChatGPT and try to mix both together, I will spread this information thinking that this is my belief, and I rewrote it in a nicer way, or I I actually use ChatGPT to bring some facts. You can intentionally or unintentionally start spreading misinformation. And this is why AI now is going to play a very important role now in the spread of disinformation. Again, intentionally or unintentionally. This is obviously the difference between disinformation and misinformation. So the bottom line is that the barriers to creating fake actors online, mimicking human behavior, and generating realistic content have never been lower. And this is the world we're now living in. And this is just an example of how easy it is to create a fake account. I'm going to sign out now to sign up to Facebook. I'm going to, for that, look at the most popular names out there. So I'm going to do some research on Wikipedia. Then I look in a specific country. What is the most given name given? Oh, here's Tatiana. So I'm going to copy the name Tatiana. I'm going to invent a last name, an email address, a date. Everyone can do that, obviously. I need a picture. So where am I going to find a picture? So I'm going to go to another social platform. Let's call it VK in Russia. I'm going to choose a picture, upload it. Again, very easy to do. Everyone can do this. But here's the trick is not only we're going to have a nice picture as a profile picture, I can look in the timeline and choose, here I was at an event. It was in 2016 in the real profile. So I'm going to make some comments and also edit the date. This is the trick. I can make it look real because it happened actually in 2016. It didn't happen today. So now I have a name, a picture, an account. All I need to do now is to buy Facebook friends. And this is very easy to do. It's not the session for today, but you can actually buy friends very easily and you can Google how to do it. And now you have a very trustable fake profile online. This is just one method. We can all do it. Everyone knows it. But today we see a lot of different methods for deception. It can be creating a fake account like I just showed. There are a lot of sock puppets, which is fictitious accounts controlled by real people, trolls, real accounts spreading deception, bots, or actually deepfakes. So what can law enforcement really do to fight this? So if we look again at the framework to think about disinformation of the ABC, actors, behaviors, and content. The potential for bad actors to use generative AI is getting greater and they're getting better at it, and content is now almost limitless. So what can be done? Our recommendation is actually to improve abilities to detect the fake or harmful actors, because the C, the content, became a Wild West and sometimes completely out of control. What is real? What is fake? What is noise? What is important? We don't know. So the power of disinformation is only as good as actors and behaviors to spread it. And here I have actually a good example. When we look at security in airports, if you've ever traveled to Israel, it's known that the Tel Aviv airport is known to be very secure. And if you travel there, you will see that the security officers focus not on trying to find weapons and bombs. They do that as well. But the focus is to ask a lot of questions and challenge the actors, because in their opinion, it's not the weapon or the bomb that is dangerous. It's actually the actor who will activate the weapon or the bomb. So we need to identify the harmful or the dangerous actors, the A. This is in the real world in airports. Bring it to the digital world. Trying to focus on the content will be very, very difficult. Bots and sock puppets are being created to propagate fake and misleading text, images, and videos. So identifying and trying to take down fake actors or accounts drastically lowers the number of real people that can see the actual content. I hope this was interesting and that it can trigger some good questions and topics for discussion. As I said before, I'm not in Brazil, but our partners in Brazil are. If you do have any questions, would like to hear more about initiatives around disinformation and the impact on public safety, you can definitely talk to our partners, Hex 360 that are with you in the room. I wish everyone a lovely day.